In the loud streets of Lagos, Bola Ahmed Tinubu rose to power, promising change, unity, and prosperity. The people cheered, believing in his words. But slowly, the smiles of hope began to fade as things started to fall apart. Tinubu's government began making decisions that hurt the common man. Prices of fuel skyrocketed, the naira collapsed, and inflation became the daily nightmare. The promises of a better Nigeria turned into silent. Bit by bit, Nigeria's natural resources, crude oil, coal, and fertile lands were handed to foreign companies. The leaders became rich, but the owners of the land, the ordinary Nigerians, became poorer. Food became gold. Families slept hungry. Mothers watched their children cry with empty bellies. Fathers worked all day but could not afford gari and rice. The government lived in comfort. The young people of Nigeria, the hope of tomorrow, had no jobs, no opportunities, and no future. They filled the streets in pain, holding certificates that meant nothing in a system that failed them. The voices of the youth started rising online. On Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, they cried out with hashtags and bad governance and we want change. The government tried to silence them, but the fire had already started. Nigerians discovered that their leaders sold more than all. Billions vanished, and the leaders smiled in luxury, while hospitals had no medicine and schools had no teachers. In the darkness, a name became a light. Peter Obi. He was different. He spoke like a servant. He walked with the people, not above them. His words gave hope to the hopeless. The young people gathered with one voice. We want Peter Obi. They believed he would fight for them, protect Nigeria's wealth, and build a future. Tinubu and his allies tried to hold power tightly. They used force, fear, and false promises to break the people's spirit. But the more they pushed, the louder the cry. Across the nation, peaceful protests filled the streets. The government responded with violence. Some young men and women died, but the movement did not die. The youth prepared for the elections like never before. They got their PVCs. They told their families. They stood in long lines under the sun, waiting to vote. Election day came. Tinubu's side played their games, rigging, threats, and manipulation. But the people's eyes were open. They fought to protect their votes. The truth could not be hidden. The numbers, the power of the youth, and the love for Peter Obi overcame the system. The world watched as Nigerians defended their future. Tinubu's days were numbered. Peter Obi took leadership, not as a god but as a servant. He began cleaning the mess, building the broken, and restoring the stolen dreams. It was not perfect, but it was a beginning.